All right, so like I said, well, right now it's a mixture of some that I've been with and some that I'm new, right? So if I'm not mistaken, all of you guys have TOEFL certificates. So I'm not going to log into, what's this? I'm not going to log into TOEFL Universal to show you what is what, because all of you have TOEFL certificates. Now, where I'm going to start with anything that comes first. Let me just put it like that. I'm just going to come with anything that comes first because we've done this before. But like I said, we still have those that haven't. So I'm going to start with the CV, right? So you're going to start with the CV, followed by the introduction video, cover letter, then we move to the jobs, right? Now, remember, this session actually, I would expect more of questions than I were to be like presenting. But because it's a mixture, I'm going to just present first, and then you guys will come up with questions. But even if I'm presenting, then you have any question while I'm still presenting, you are welcome to like, oh, Rooney, can I ask? I don't have a problem with that, okay? Because maybe you're gonna forget and all that. So you are welcome to do something like that. I don't have a problem. So we're gonna start with CV. Now, as we start with CV, I'm also going to use my own CV to show you how you're supposed to work on yours. Now, everyone has that Google Drive link. I'm also going to use it to show you how you can actually change your, like, your CV, how to edit the CV, not into like huge detail, just to remind you that, okay, remember, if you want to do something like this, this is what you should do, right? So let me share my screen and let's do this. Let me do that. Come here. All right. Okay, how do I, okay. So first thing first, let's start with Canva. Let's start with Canva. Sign up for free, how? Oh, I have to do this first. Right. Okay, let's log in. Okay. So now, if you are new on Canva, the same way that when I typed in Canva, you saw sign up for free, and then there was also an option to log in if you have an account, right? If you don't, you can simply just sign up using your email address and you are perfect, okay? Now, Canva's got a lot of things, but what we're gonna be using Canva for, it's our CV, number one. We're also gonna use Canva to, if maybe you want to have a cover letter template, you can also use it for that. Again, we are also going to use Canva to create, what do we call this for our video? A thumbnail, right? That's what we're going to use Canva for. So I'm going to show you all of those so that when we shift from Canva, we leave it and we just take a different shift. So we're going to start with, let's see, resume. Okay. CV templates, right? Now, I've had different encounters where people didn't go for like the free templates. They just saw a template, they picked it, they didn't look out for the things that I asked them to look out for. They didn't. They just picked it, worked on it. When they are done with the CV, now when they have to save it into their device, they ask them to pay something. They come back to me, they're like, Rooney, but then Canva is not for free. I'm like, what are you talking about? Now, this is what I'm going to This is for the new ones. I'm going to show you how to see free templates. Where are they? How do you find them? How do you know they are free and how do you know they are not? All right, we start with that. So if you can look at, let me see, I want to, let me do this. I want to check that one for, okay, right. Now, I want you to look at this, right? This one, and this one. So if on any template, you see this crown, it's a pro. It's a pro template. It means that if you use this template, you'll have to pay for it. I don't know how much, I don't know how, but you'll have to pay for it, right? Now, you see this template. If I just like use my cursor around it, nothing really appears. There's nothing. It's just a template. This is a free template, all right? You don't pay for it. On any template that you don't see anything just on the bottom right corner, it means there's nothing. It means it's for free, okay? Now, another one, this one. You see this one down here that said are paid. This template, you're still gonna pay for it one way or the other. I'm just not sure how, but you're still gonna pay for it, right? The are paid and the pro, you're gonna pay for it. So please avoid them, okay? Avoid them. There's thousands and thousands or hundreds maybe of free CV templates around here, which are very nice. For example, let's see which one we can actually use just for now. And again, I always advise people to please avoid using black and white. Avoid using black and white CV templates, right? Let's say, for example, this is the CV that we chose because maybe we like the structure. Maybe we like the structure. There's nothing wrong with that, okay? So this is what you're going to do. Let's check this one out. Let's see which one we can actually go with because, okay, let's use this one. Seems like it's for free. Yeah, let's use this one. So we're gonna click on customize this template. Right. So now this thing is a little bit small. So obviously let's zoom it in, right? You can just come here, you zoom it in, you zoom it out, right? Now, this is it, okay? So as you can see here, this template, it has got like almost everything, right? Almost everything, but I think it's actually, it has everything. So here, a picture, professional picture. I've always emphasized that on a picture, it is head and shoulders. It is not half of your body. It is not you looking the other way or the other side. No, you're simply like, similarly to when you're taking like what's this, an ID photo or a passport photo. Not that you're not supposed to smile. I'm just making an example that it is head and shoulders. It's not half the body, right? So you take head and shoulders. However, this time around, the difference is you smile. That's the difference. You smile, you dress appropriately, right? You have a very neat or just a background which doesn't have a lot of noise. Like it doesn't have a lot of stuff. You find that when you're taking your picture, there's a lot of stuff that's going on in there. No, the best thing I could say, take that picture maybe when you're like, maybe when you have a wall behind you, or maybe a simple curtain, wide curtain, then it's okay. Or if it's a door, even that door, let it be white, or the color shouldn't just make noise. Like you shouldn't have a lot of things behind that. Let me just put it in that way, right? That's that. Now, secondly, here, this is going to be your name and your surname, right? So this person's name and surname, they're very short. In my case, I have a long surname, right? Let's do this. Assuming that now this is me feeding this thing, right? You see the way it is, it's not so good. Then you just do what you extend it, right? Let's extend it to both sides. If still it doesn't fit, no problem. Let's bring it back, right? And do what? We are now, you're going to highlight everything here. Now what you're going to do is you are now going to minimize the font. This is where you come. You minimize the font. You see? Perfectly fine. Then there it is. Here, student, not a student. Then we do this. Just like this, right? This is it. You don't do any funny stuff. You don't add flowers here, guys. You don't add emojis here. No, 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 right? Then we move. We are fine. Like I said here with a picture, those descriptions, that's the criteria that they're looking for. Now, on the profile. Now, profile, I've seen a lot happening here. So here, this profile, it doesn't have to be something long. It's not a cover letter. No, no, no. You simply just shorten who you are, but professionally, not personally. You just shorten who you are, few years of what you do, and just a little bit of what you know maybe about ESL, or just a little bit of, not necessarily motivation, but just a line to close all of what you've said. Professionally as well, right? Nothing long. Now, I'm still going to show you my CV anyway, right? Now let's come here. After you are done with this, coming to contacts. Contact, I always say to people, do not add your physical address. Don't do it. When you add your cell phone number, add a country code. If you are a South African, it's +27. I don't know about other countries because I know that I'm dealing with a lot of people from different worlds. So if you're not South African, I'm making an example of what a country code is. So you're not going to just say, oh, 07, what, 06, +27, then the rest of the numbers, right? Like that. Then your email address. Those are the two things that you need. Your cell phone number, email address, and that's it. You are done with contacts. Now, most people have realized that they don't have this section. I don't know why, but they don't have the section. Please, it's important. Let's say maybe, for example, an employer or your potential employer or a client is interested in you. How are they going to get in touch with you? It means all of what you've done, all of the efforts, they're futile. They're like they're just, pointless that you've actually just sent the CV because you've sent it, but it's more like you didn't send it, right? Now, next one, let's look at education. Now, education, I've got I received so many questions regarding this that, okay, so Rooney, in this case, under education, assuming that I don't have a degree, I don't have a diploma, what do I add in under education? So if you don't have those, it's okay. So what you're going to do is you can, but it's not even a must. This thing is not a must. I'm just saying so that at least there could be something here, but it's not a must. You can add your matric, right? You can add your matric, 12th grade, from which school, which year to what year, right? Secondly, you add your TEFL. If education is empty, do not create another category, which is certificates. No. If education, you don't have anything to add, then TEFL certificate should go in there, right? So TEFL will simply just write that if it's 140, it's 140 hours. If it's 120, it's 120 hours. You name, the name of the institution or the agency, whatever, and that's it. You don't need to add the years and all that because it's nothing that takes years, right? Fine. Here, normally I ask people to remove this. I normally do because when you are sending a CV, especially us as maybe let's say South Africans or Africans in general, most of if let's say you don't have something there are languages of which they are, how can I put this? Not that ours are not recognized, but for example, languages like Spanish, like French, like maybe German, what else? What's the other language? Yeah, those are the ones that I can remember. Those three languages, most of the time, those are one of the languages that would be preferred for you to add here. Because remember, we are teaching, mostly the students that probably we are teaching, they are coming from those kind of countries. Or if they're not coming from there, they know one of the languages, right? That's why sometimes you find that on other positions, they'll be like, okay, if you can at least speak Spanish, or if you can at least speak French, or if you can maybe at least speak German, whatever, right? You find that. So please, on languages, for example, in my case, if I'm Tswana, I can't say that I can't just put Tswana there. Like, what is Tswana? They don't even know it. Do you see that? It's not going to be relevant. So my advice is this, don't even add it. For the fact that you have your TOEFL certificate, automatically, like, you know English. Even if you don't know it that well, but to them, they trust you because of the certificate. So you don't need to say to add this, right? Don't add it, then we pass. Okay? And that's it. Was there anyone who asked, who said something, or is it me? All right. Now, we come to skills. Well, here we don't really say, you don't want to say computer skills, it's just skills. Now, with skills, I've been saying this so many times. I say, guys, when coming to skills, you cannot add that. Okay, let me do this. Someone hasn't switched off their mic. It's on. Please switch it off. So on skills, I always say to people, it wouldn't make sense. Let's say it's you are applying for a teaching job, but you add skills of a chef, right? Like, how will that help the employer to know that you have like teaching skills, right? Those are not relevant. For example, you know how to bake, you know, like that cannot absolutely be relevant to teaching in any way. So my advice is, even if you have, maybe let's say you have an experience as, I don't know, maybe you're a counselor or something, you're in politics, like such experiences, it's not all of them that will be relevant to teaching. Maybe if, let's say, you were a trainer somewhere, maybe you were helping some university students with their assignments, right? That's relevant. Maybe you were looking after kids. I mean, sometimes when you look after kids, it gets to a point whereby you teach them something. You teach them how to go to the bathroom. You teach them how to ask for something. That is relevant to teaching. Do you get it? So there are certain skills that we possess naturally that they are transferable skills and they can be added here. For example, when you're a teacher, you still need patience. One thing about patience, sometimes it's not, some people, yes, they do learn to be patient. Some don't. Some, they are born with that, right? Some professionally, they can be patient, but not like personally. Personally, they can't be. They don't even want to be. Oh, people are here, right? Some they can be, some they choose to be, but professionally, not personally. You see? So some of the skills like patience, maybe let's say kindness. You can't go to school for kindness, right? So those skills, they are like, you can still add them here. But it doesn't mean that you should add all of these like emotional kind of skills. No, 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 no. Mostly, maybe let's say you could say kindness and patience, right? Or maybe you can say compassion and patience, right? Then the rest, let them be ESL-based skills. Things like, you know, what's this? Maybe let's say good communication skills. Maybe within brackets, you like verbally and, you know, written and verbally, something like that. And then next, maybe you are like, you're able to create lesson plans, right? And then another one, classroom management. Another one, maybe, what's another one? Oh, let's say you are good in the ESL curriculum, right? All those, they should be ESL based. I do get like messages, people asking me about what kind of skills should I add here. Guys, I've given you the tools to use. If, let's say, you don't know, I've given you tools to use for this. I'm quickly going to go through all of them, right? So if you don't know, besides the tools that I've given you, Normally, you go to Google and search for them. You can still do that. There's nothing wrong with that, right? So that's it. That is it with skills. Let them be ESL based and you'll be fine. Now, experience. Experience, I still get questions. People asking me, Rooney, I don't have experience. What am I supposed to do? What did I say you should do when you don't have it? If you don't have experience, it's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. I asked you, if you don't have experience, create it. Create it, right? There's two options of which you are actually free to create, to use those positions as you claiming that you've worked there and you have it. Number one, you can say that you were you were or you still are, depending, right? An online ESL, okay, not online, private English tutor. One thing about private tutors, the nature of private tutors, when you say this is private, most of the time it means you are not necessarily owned by any government entity, right? So when you say private, if it's me as an individual, it means that I may not be working for anyone or under any company or under any school. I am independent. That's what most private means. You are independent. You're standing by yourself. You're self-employed. So if let's say you add that you're a private English tutor, it means that there's no way that you can add that you are working for this company, right? So that one is a pass. Even if you get into an interview using that CV, they're like, oh, we see that you were actually a private tutor or you still are. They can't say, it's okay. Even if they ask you, what company do you work for? You're like, no, I don't work for any company. I'm actually self-employed. I source for my own students. I have my own students, so I don't work for any company. That's it. That's your defense, right? That's that. Now, another one that you can use. Well, this one will somehow force you to add an employer, but it's quite simple, right? So what you can do is, after the private English tutor, what you'll do is you'll add maybe a teacher assistant. Now, one thing about a teacher assistant, as much as you'll need to add the school that you've worked for. I mean, why don't you even, I say to people, you've gone to school, you've went to primary, you've went to high school. Why don't you just choose any between the two? Because that's something that is closest to you. You cannot forget it, right? It's not easy for you to forget such. So I would say to you, don't think and build your own school. Don't try and build your own school that doesn't even exist. No, 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 no. Talk about, if let's say maybe where you are living now, maybe let's say you have, or maybe where your child is going to school. I mean, you can't forget your child's school, right? Even if they say, okay, fine, we need proof of something, you can make a plan around that. But imagine you created your own school in your head, and the next thing they want something from you, maybe as proof, assuming that they do that, which never really happens. But how are you going to back yourself up? Where are you going to get maybe a document or something from that school, right? Nowhere. But if it's your child's school and all that, most of the time you do get, maybe letters that are inviting you to meetings. They've got a stamp there, they've got the school address, the letterheads and everything. You can cut and paste that and make it a copy and send it to them, and then you are fine. You could like literally make a plan. But if it's something that's not even existing, it's a problem, okay? So on experience, I always advise people, if you don't have any teaching experience, don't add one experience, add two. Teacher assistant, private English tutor, you are done. After that, under each and every experience, right, you need to at least add the duties that you've done, things that you've done, right? So let me open this thing. Let me open this. No, give me a minute. I want to. No. So I want to open that link so that I can show you, because so many things are in there. Right, so this is the folder. So let me do this. So the folder, as you open it, is going to be like something like this, right? So let me just come here so that I can use something that I know you're actually using. So there's a lot of what's this templates here. Just gonna click on edit template. It's gonna redirect you. All right. So open that link for CV templates. This is what you're gonna come across, right? So you're gonna choose whatever CV template that you want. So I'm not gonna make this complicated. Okay, let's just do this then. Let's use this one, number 3, right? So this is exactly how your CV is going to look like. So I've already done this, name and surname, online English teacher. Then here, I've already spoken about, I actually want to focus because I've seen a lot. So skills, normally I like, probably can have like 7, 6, yeah, somewhere there, but let them be more than 5, right? Now, this has been a problem. Now, this, I thought that me making this would simplify things. For example, if let's say you are adding 3 experiences, whether, or let's say 2 then. There are 3 here, right? Let's say that you need to add 2. Now here, maybe it's the teachers. Now, when I say job title 1, job title, it is, how can I put this down? The private English tutor that I was talking about, that's the job title. If you were what's this, chef, that's a job title, right? If you were a principal, that's a job title. But because here we are just talking about teaching, so you're gonna add, let's say, that thing that I told you about, which is we said private English tutor, right? This is what you're going to do, right? So you replace that with the actual title. Now this, I said to you, with a private English tutor, there is no company that you work for, unless if you've worked for one, then you can add it here. But if you haven't and you've worked for yourself, like if let's say you don't have experience and you're trying to create your own experience, you're just gonna, you see, you delete it because it's not gonna be useful, right? But let me back. It's just me showing you that you remove this. Time worked. Which year to what year? If you are saying you're still working there, fine. And say, okay, fine. Maybe I started working in from 2022 till now. Currently working there, or yeah, that you can see so that you're still working there, right? And here, this was me to show you that this is how your duties or responsibilities are supposed to be presented. People come here and then they write paragraphs telling me stories and sharing stories there. That's not a place to share a story. It's not, right? So here what you do is the same way this is. You don't want to change anything. You simply just replace this with the actual responsibilities. But the responsibilities are not supposed to be a lengthy thing. No, straight to the point. Just something short, not something long. No, just something short. Now, come here. Same thing. Now, assuming that, let's say it's only 2 jobs. So you're going to remove this one, and there's going to be like a huge space here. If it's a huge space here, my advice is increase the duties and the responsibilities for here and here so that this can fit here. It doesn't look good when you actually have a blank space, like a huge space here. No. It looks like there's a gap. When the employer looks at this, he's going to think that, no, I mean, what's happening here? It's a gap, right? So for you to fill in that gap, add more responsibilities or duties on both jobs. And that is that. All right, and that's it. Here I've already talked about this. But if on education you have, maybe you have a degree which is relevant to teaching, or maybe you are a qualified teacher, whatever, you're gonna add it here, and then you can have this. Then you add your TOEFL certificate there, and then you're fine. Normally, under certificates, you don't even have to say where you got the certificate. You can just say maybe 140 hours, TOEFL certificate, blah, blah, blah. But if you want to, it's optional. You can add it, it's fine. Then that's it. You are done. Now, when you are done like that, when you are done like that, this is what you're going to do. You're going to click here. You need to firstly know the number, the template number. You see it's page 3. Assuming that we have worked on page 3, we are done. You're going to click on share. This is share. You click on share, you click on download. When you click on download, you see it has highlighted all of the templates. So you click here. You are going to untick everything. Then we are going to look for page 3. This is then page 3. So it only did what selected the specific template that you worked on. Then you click on done. Already it is in a PDF format. So keep it, don't do anything. Then you click on download, and then you click on download. Then you are done. That's your CV. Okay? You're finished. Perfect. Now, I do believe I'm done with the CV, unless if you guys have any questions, then you can ask. But if not, I can move on. Right, so let me do this. Okay. Now, this is the CV part of things. Let me check if there's anything else. Cover letter, scripts, okay. Let's come here. The useful tools. So the useful tools. Now, cover letter, introduction video, TOEFL certificates. Okay. So I said that if maybe let's say you want to build your own fresh, what's this? If you want to build up your own cover letter, or you want to build your own what's this, introduction video scripts, this is what you're going to use. Change this thing. You can use it for absolutely anything, your lesson ideas, or just the lesson on its own, or a lot of things, right? So when you want, let me just do this. Let me just say create a cover letter for an experienced. Let's do this. Right. Okay. Right. All right. Like this. Now, this is not how you're really just going to do it. You need to go into details. But for now, I just want to show you, for those that are new, how this thing works. Okay? It's going to create a cover letter for you. The only thing that you're going to do here, you are simply just going to, you're just going to copy this, and you're just going to replace. You see all of these things, whatever that is within these brackets, you're just going to replace that if you have it. If you don't have it, you can edit this. So you need to edit this. You don't just copy it as it is, because obviously some things there are just not going to be you. So for this to be you, let's show you. Let me show you how you do that. If you want it to sound the way you want it to sound, like this is what you're going to do. Now, let me assume that this is the entire of your cover letter. And also avoid the cover letter. The cover letter is not supposed to be this long. Don't make it this long. That's my advice. Don't make it this long, because most of these employers, they hate reading. They hate long stuff. So don't even. So you're going to go to this, which is called a spinboard. Spinboard, what it does is it spins everything. It's more like it paraphrases for you. It's going to spin this. It's still going to mean the same thing, but it's going to sound differently, right? So now, recently I tried to use this advanced paraphrase, and they want me to pay. So instead, if you use this right now, I would rather advise you not to click on this anymore. I know that we've been using this, but now it no longer like just an opportunity to like paraphrase. So just click here on basic spin. You click on basic spin, then it's gonna spin it for you. Right? There it is. If you can read this and read that, they are written differently, but they mean the same thing. Okay, see there's a message here. No, dear, you are not really the only person. Let me do this because I've been saying to people that they need to mute their microphones because it's not, we're not gonna hear each other. Thank you so much, Naomi, for highlighting that. So this says, I'm writing to express my enthusiastic interest in the online English teacher position at the school as advertised, right? That's the sentence here. Now, the very same sentence here, this is how it sounds like. I'm writing to communicate my energetic interest in this one. You see, when they say web-based, we don't deal with web-based. You're just gonna change that to online English teacher. That one, right? Position at the school as publicized, right? Next one. With a passion for language education and a commitment to fostering a positive and engaging learning environment, I am excited about the opportunity to contribute my skills to your team. Now, enthusiastically for language training and a promise to encouraging a positive and drawing in learning climate. Now, no, we're gonna change that learning climate. No, you can replace that with a different word if you want to, right? I am amped up for the potential chance to contribute my abilities to your group. Still fine. So these things, they are it's like the same thing, but it's written differently, right? Then you copy that, you paste it there. You just can edit where you need to, and that's it, all right? And the nicest thing here, they actually do kind of like, correct a few things if they are just not, yeah, see, something like that. Grammar, the format and everything, it gets corrected for you. So yeah, that's it. So this is the purpose of Spinboard. This is what it does. Even if you want to check your grammar specifically, you can just come here, but it's going to redirect you to Grammarly, and then it's still fine. You're going to use it for free, then you'll be fine. Okay? So from ChatGPT, if you want to create your cover letter or your introduction script, video introduction script, you go to ChatGPT, you share with it specifically in details, what is it that you want? Share with it that, okay, fine, this is what I want you to do for me, right? I am this person and I want to apply for this kind of job. Please compose, right, a very attractive cover letter for me to catch the eye of the employer. And maybe if you wanted to include certain things, you can say include this and this and this and that. And that is it. Then you let it be, let it generate that from ChatGPT. Then you come here, you paste it here. If you feel like you want to change a few things, you do that. If you don't want to bring it here on Spinboard, it's okay. There's nothing wrong with that, right? You can still edit from what you've got from ChatGPT, and then that's it. That will be your maybe cover letter, or that would be your, let's say what, introduction script. That's it. Then you are done. Okay? Now, let's do this then. I want to make an example using my CV. Let me open my CV from my documents. Okay. Now, I don't know when I actually, this is like, this CV, it's I've had this TV for the longest time, right? So this is exactly how my CV looks like. I've had this for the longest time. I've only updated it like the years. I've also changed my professional summary. If you can look at my experiences, they're like up to 2022. So you could tell that this is like from 2 years ago, right? Because I haven't done a CV in the longest time, like in the longest time. So now, this is it. Now, contacts, like I said, this is what you're going to do, +27 and the numbers, right? Professional summary. This is what I had said, but this is like a long time ago. I think I have a different one now. I'm a native English speaker and an English teacher. I'm a great communicator, and I have been teaching both kids and adults scattered all over the world for more than 3 years. I have effective ESL experience helping students to improve their English language, vocabulary, reading comprehension, writing, and listening skills. I am TOEFL certified with substantial experience on both classroom and online. You see, I didn't have to say so many things. I've literally highlighted. Then this is my closing sentence. Furthermore, I have enriched myself with wealth of knowledge and exposure with classroom management and accommodating all student language levels. That's it. Then there it is. You come to your experiences, education. There's the skills and all that. Now, the nicest thing I've always advised people that please attach your TEFL certificate with this. Attach it, right? Like this. It looks so neat. Put them together. Now, let me show you how you do that. This is how I do it, right? But if you have a different platform, it's fine. But if you don't have it, I'm just going to show you using the one that I use. I've shared it with you guys. This is the one. Online to PDF or Word to PDF. This is just how it's written. In my case, because I always use it, it's already appearing there. Now, when you select files, my advice is don't highlight all of these files at once. Select them one by one, okay? One by one. So, sorry, let me look for, let me say a picture, something that we can use. Let me see. Okay, right. I'm gonna use this one. Yeah, let me use 3, right? What am I doing? I thought, okay, this is what we're gonna do. We're using 2 with 3. Let's say 2 with 3. These are just images. I'm making an example. Assuming that image number 2 is your CV, and then image number 3 is your TEFL. Now, if let's say you have a degree and all that, attach it, right? So that's gonna be your thing, your CV, your degree, or maybe let's say a diploma, right? And then the TEFL certificate. Then you are done, okay? Now, when you come here, if you can look at this, this is a mode. What? We are merging files. You don't change this, you just skip it. If it says merge files, you are good. Convert them to, we still to PDF, right? As they are being merged, what are they gonna be? In a Word document or PDF? Definitely PDF. Then you click on convert. It's gonna convert for you. When it's done, you go to your downloads. Probably in my case, it's gonna appear right here on my top right corner. There it is. Let's open it. Right? You see now? Do you see how it's merged? It is beautifully merged. It is beautifully merged. So perfect, right? This is it. This is what you're going to use for that. Okay. Now, oh, someone is waiting. Okay. So we've done I've showed you how to work on your cover letter, how to create also an introduction video script, and what else? How to merge your files. Spinboard as well as a tool if you just want to paraphrase a lot of things that you need to. And then another thing with this, what's another thing? For now, under the CV. Under CV, that's it. I'm done. And then CV, intro, cover letter, we are done with that. So before I move on to us, okay, here's a question. Let me answer the question first. All right, let's do this. Let me open this. Oh, we have questions. Oh, great, Miss Mello, nice one. Number one, any recommendation for when recording a mock lesson, as some companies require mock lesson, the length and the tone examples? Thank you for that. So when you are recording a mock lesson or a demo lesson, as we call it, this is what you're going to do. I always advise people to use Zoom, right? Zoom, it's for me, it's just, I think maybe it's because I've been using it for some time, but it's just user friendly. There's nothing that's really difficult about Zoom. When you are, when you are recording it, I would advise you to use Zoom, because Zoom in a way is a classroom itself, right? It's a classroom itself. You'll be able to share your screen while you're recording yourself. You'll be able to play around the whiteboard, because those are the little skills that these companies or schools are looking for. They want to see if maybe, as much as you are engaging the student in your classroom, but are you able to multitask, like teaching while you're sharing your screen, while you're playing with whatever on the screen, those kind of stuff. They find them very important. So my advice is use this platform, Zoom. Even if it's not a paid one, it's fine, because you only probably need like 2 minutes of it, right? It's fine. So use this. Now the length, normally the length, sometimes the company or the school can let you know about it. Sometimes they do tell you that, okay, maybe 5 minutes, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. If they don't say it, my advice is focus on a very, very simple lesson, especially the tenses, maybe simple tense, right? Simple tense can never take you 5 minutes to teach. But depending on the level of the student, assuming that you're teaching a child, it may take you, yes, it may get you to 5 minutes, because you need to introduce the lesson. After introducing the lesson, you need to have tons and tons of examples. That's one thing about when you're teaching, especially kids, have different examples that relate to them, right? And then it's you introducing the lesson. Within that introduction, right, you're going to have like some examples, maybe 4 or 5. And then you start making them with the student, because obviously there's no any visible student. You start making example with the student, right? You're like, okay, looking at the examples, now let's try and create our own sentences in this tense, right? Then you start, oh, blah, blah, blah. Okay, great. Okay, you move on. This is how we write a sentence. Oh, I am talking, right? Great. I am talking. That's very good. Now let's try another one. What can you say? Oh, I am learning English. That's very good. And you're like, okay, you know what, student A, that's perfect. Let's do it again. Can you just say this after me? I am learning English, and so on, right? So this is all about when you are creating a demo lesson, the most important thing. Even in my case, I'm not an actress, but we have to act, because most of the time with demo lessons, especially the pre-recorded ones, you need to act, right? You need to be the teacher with the student that we are, actually with the imaginary student. So be the teacher, have some confidence. The tone, don't be too sleepy, should I say, like don't be too, like your voice is not supposed to be like so low, like, hi, my name is Rooney. What is your name? Like, what? No. It shows that you are scared. So a scared teacher, if you are nervous, don't show them that you are nervous. Even if you are in a live demo lesson, don't give them that, right? They know for sure you are nervous. And probably the student is also nervous as well to see you, because the student doesn't know you. You also don't know the student. So you need whatever energy that you give the student, chances are the student will give it back to you. All right. So the tone, like don't be too loud screaming, depending. If it's children, you can. You see the way I'm speaking, I'm not very loud, but I'm loud. So you can use the level of your voice. It can be around that, okay? How I'm speaking right now. And the most important thing, don't be too fast, don't be too slow. And again, hand gestures, always make sure that you use them, whether you are sharing the screen or you are not. Ensure that you use them, right? Even if the student, maybe let's say you're still teaching the student to maybe like write short sentences, use your hands, your fingers. You're like, oh, I eat breakfast, right? So you start by saying, oh, I eat breakfast. Say it. You get it. You do that. So when you are doing that, you are showing them that, you know what, you've actually went through this TEFL course, because this is TPR, right? You're using your ears, making sure that they can actually hear you, right? You also just clap for them, assuming that it's a child. You're like, you know what, student A, please high five on the camera. Just do something like this. They'll follow what you're doing. They're kids, right? Or if it's an adult is very difficult for you to act an adult's lesson, but it's easy for you to act a child's lesson or a kid's lesson, right? That's pretty much that with the mock lesson or the demo lesson. I hope I've answered you on that part. And then number 2, what are your webcam, headphone, and laptop recommendation on a budget? So webcam, with webcam, I don't really know the brand of webcams. I only bought a webcam once, and I bought 2 of them once before I started teaching. When I started the journey to teach, I bought 2 webcams. I bought 1 ring light. I bought headphones. 2. I bought 2 also. I bought 2 headphones. So I'm gonna show you the headphones just now. I'm gonna show you the webcam that I've handed out to my students. The one that I'm using now, I no longer have the box, so I don't even know what the name of this is. You see this thing of cameras, I'll honestly be lying to you. But when coming to headphones, I can show you the headphones. And laptop recommendation, this is something that, if let's say you are buying like a brand new one, I would always say, if you can't afford the laptop that has the specs that they want, just relax, because if you continue to buy something that is not a requirement, it's a waste of money, and they will still actually need something like that. So when you go to the store, it doesn't matter the brand name. Ask them that you want a laptop which has 8 GB of RAM, right? 8 GB of RAM with what again? It's 8 GB of RAM, and what else? I think I forgot. But if you say to them that you're looking for what's this? Let me actually come here. Let me show you how we look for this, so that you can be able to, right? So when you are looking for that, let's see, it's specs. I forgot where I look for these. Hey, December has been busy. I've forgotten a lot of things. What's happening now? What did I do? We're gonna go to the settings. Gonna go to your settings, systems, about. These are the specifications that you need. So they're gonna ask for this thing, the installed RAM, this one. It should be 8 GB. 8 GB of RAM. And oh yes, it should be an i5, Intel 5. Intel 5, you say I want Intel 5, 8 GB RAM. It does not matter what brand that is, as long as it has those specifications, it is perfect. Because what I believe is, the reason they are looking for such specifications, it's also for the speed of the laptop. Because if you can compare an i3 with an i5, i3 is slower, i5 is more faster. And there are certain, what's this? There are certain, what do you call this? It's not applications. Within a laptop, like for example, there are certain cell phones that they can't have certain applications or certain apps. It's the same thing with the laptop. An i5 maybe can accommodate more of those than an i3. So it has its own advantages, of which I'm not really quite sure what are they, but I'm sure that speed is one of them. Let me see. Number 3, have you tried any phone-only TEFL course like Powerfish, and would you recommend applying to them? When you say trying, I could say I have years ago, but I've never won with that. I've taught using my phone, but I was working on italki. I didn't work with Powerfish. italki allows that. I was working on my phone. I had my first student, I was on my phone. I wasn't on a laptop. The first few lessons were happening on a phone, not on a laptop. So I think, I'm not sure, I think with Preply, it is possible depending on the level of the student. Even on any platform, all of that depends on the level of the student, because imagine now you are teaching an A1 or an A0 who doesn't know anything, and a cell phone is not that functional compared to compared to a laptop. So now when you have to share your screen is this tiny, your student can't see anything, they have to zoom in and out. That also disturbs the learning process. Not that you can't use them, you can use them, but they have a huge disadvantage on the learning process of the student. Even your teaching will be just as hard, it's not going to be nice. So you can go for them. I would say, if let's say you have conversational lessons, conversational lesson, you don't even have to share anything on your screen at all. You don't need to, right? You can, but you don't need to. So I can't say I don't recommend them. You can try them out, right? I've done that when I started, so I can't say, no, don't go for that. No. Experience everything. See what is it that can actually work for you and what can't work for you. So if you feel like maybe you want to try, because sometimes when you do these things, it's not because you want to, it's because of circumstance. Like, for example, if you have a laptop and a phone and they want a laptop, obviously you're going to use a laptop. But if you don't have that, you only have one option, which is a cell phone. So you need to opt for things that can accommodate that. So that's what I'm saying. Sometimes when you're using your phone, it's not because you just decide that between a laptop and a phone, you want to use a phone. No. Sometimes it's because of circumstances, and I understand that. Hence, I'm saying I'm not going to stop you from going there. No. There's nothing wrong with working on, or like looking for such platforms and working on your phone. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And then when you pick up, when you are ready, then you can purchase. Okay, and that's pretty much that. Next question. Regarding Facebook group job posting, do you recommend or trust jobs that need you to DM the poster? Right. So, like any other platform, whether Facebook, like any other platforms, scams are everywhere. But for you to actually, let me not say avoid them. You can't really avoid them. They can come to you, but you can somehow escape them and maneuver out of that scam, right? Now, Facebook posts, some are scams and some are legit. But it's quite difficult at first to just notice that this is a scam just by reading. It's not always easy to actually do that. Let me do this. I want to change the lighting. It's damaging what's happening. Right. Right. So, like I was saying, they can be both scams and not, legit. So now, I've once been through something like that, and I have encountered both scams and legit ones. But some I wasn't accepted, some I was. But then at the end of the day, I could say that some are legit and some are not. For you to not be part of the scam, the people who probably get scammed, don't pay for any job. I don't care what they say to you, how they say it, that they want to make an account for it. No. You don't pay nothing. For example, this Zoom that I'm using, it's from one of the companies that I work for, right? This Zoom is paid for. And when I came in, they never said to me that, Rudy, you need to use a paid Zoom, so you need to pay for your Zoom. No, that's ridiculous. No. I'm a teacher. I'm supposed to just come there and teach with my resources. But things like, for example, I can have Zoom, yes, but if it's something I need to pay for and I'm working for this company, they're supposed to pay for it. I can't pay for it, right? So whatever that they can say just to make sure that they get your attention, do not. Don't pay for any job at all. Number two, sometimes you find that some companies, they want you to work before you can even sign anything. No. I know there was, what's this? Okay, for example, in my case, one of the companies that I work for, actually, this is something that I'm realizing now. One of the companies that I work for, it's only one. Out of the three, it's only one that I have a signed contract with them. Now, let me show you how I got to this position of having a company of which I didn't have a contract with. Now, the first job, it's the one that you see when you log in, you see that logo, that's the first one. That's not the one. The second one, I don't use Zoom, I use Google Meet with them. Now, that job, I found it on Upwork. Now, one thing about Upwork is that when you get, let's say maybe someone is interested in you, maybe a client, or maybe let's say you get a job, you like it, you apply for the job. So I did that. I applied for the job. The employer showed interest in me. We communicated on Upwork. We didn't take it as an Upwork, no, on Upwork, right? Now, after that, we went into an immediate, I can't say interview, but like she just wanted to meet me, see me, just listen to me and everything like that, fine. Now, one thing about Upwork, before you can start anything, right? There's going to be a contract. It's a digital one. You don't download it and sign it. You simply just accept by ticking, right? You accept. After that, probably after a few minutes, the money that you guys agreed upon on the contract is going to appear in your wallet, in your Upwork wallet. Now, when it's there, you cannot access it. You can only access it after you are done with the job. There's going to be another process that you go through for you to actually access the funds, right? So where I'm getting with this is that the reason I got to a point whereby I never really had an official signed contract is because I met the employer through Upwork. Now, after I worked with the employer for like 4 or 5 months, she said to me, Rooney, we've worked well together, love your job, and I'd like to keep you. But can we do this outside of Upwork? Right? So the first time when I had a meeting with this employer, we exchanged numbers through Google Meet. Remember, Upwork now it's no longer there. When they invite you for an interview, if the employer shares the Google Meet and all, there's nothing wrong with that. They're not gonna ban you for that. We went to the Google Meet and everything. We shared contacts and stuff like that, right? Now, when we then decided that both of us are going to leave Upwork and start working outside of Upwork, I've never signed any contract. This is like the 3rd year I'm working with the organization. I don't have like a written, what's this, contract, nothing like that, because of where we started off. We built trust from there. So when we left and we actually worked outside of Upwork, we already knew each other. She paid me well, and she never ever gave me any issue until today. So on situations like that, you have to somehow build trust with the client or the employer somehow, because you cannot just start teaching someone and they're like, oh no, I'm gonna pay you month end. No. You pay before the service. I don't know you, you don't know me, but there should be some form of a middleman. Middleman, in my case, it was Upwork. That's why my funds were safe, everything was safe. So contracts, it can be like questionable, but when you're meeting these people on Facebook or these companies on Facebook, how are you going to build trust? You can't just move from there, then automatically you just trust these people. No. If they start by saying, oh, like just study the company, some things I don't know them, you'll probably be the first person to experience that, right? So, for example, you cannot get paid and work after. Obviously, it's not possible. So you're gonna work, no problem. You work. First month, if they give you issues of payment first month, don't wait for the second month, because there's not even a chance they're not gonna pay you. They're not. So you just sometimes have to experience these things for you to know them. Some of the things you wouldn't know them before experiencing them, right? So some of these scammers, it's unfortunate that yes, they've scammed you of your time, which they can't repay back, right? They scammed you of your time, but I feel like it would be even worse if they scammed you for both time and money. They ask you to pay for something that's not even there. The next thing you start teaching, they don't give you anything, right? So just look out for that. The only scammer that I could give you a formula for you to in fact avoid them is on Upwork. I can show you how to avoid them. I'll actually show you how you can go about them. Another one. How can you know from reading the jobs post if it's a scam or not? Okay, I just spoke about that. What do you recommend as a base startup pay on platforms like Preply, Native, Get? Okay, so when coming to platforms, the only platform I've ever worked for, it's italki. I worked for italki. I've worked for this other one, but not for long. I think I had a few students there. It has an X. It's green. It has an X. I forgot the name of that. I didn't really work for so many platforms. I think it was just only those two. But the one that I was like active, it was what's this, italki. I've never worked on Preply, to be honest with you. Most of the Preply questions, that's why I had made sure that what's this? That's why I had made sure that I find someone who knows about it and can help you with that. So with the base, for example, Preply, normally you do get the information from Preply, advisors and recommendation from Preply for you to be attracting students and for the rate, how you're already supposed to be. That comes from Preply when coming to Preply. But when coming to things like even italki, it has its own policies regarding that as a starter, you can't go beyond such a rate. So such platforms, sometimes they give you that. But if it's not a platform, it's a direct company. Most companies, they come with their own rates already. You don't choose. But if you probably, like, let's say you are on Upwork, obviously Upwork, it needs a profile. You need to have a rate there. So if you want an advice on what rate to go for, it also depends on so many things. Assuming that you don't have experience, I'll say maybe go for like, maybe for $10. Assuming, right, that you don't have experience at all, you can go for $10. But that doesn't mean that if you get an offer lesser than that, you shouldn't take it. An opportunity is it's an opportunity. And some companies, they are very, what's this? They grow with you. They actually increase your rates and all that. Some companies are so good. So do not just be like, well, I can't be working for $6. But actually you find that, okay, fine, in the next 6 months, it's not going to be $6. Maybe that's for probation. Maybe in the next 6 months, you're going to get $12. Like it just goes with it. Read everything, the job post, everything. Ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Even if your contract is presented in front of you. I know it's very exciting, but take your time. Take your time. Don't just sign what you don't know. If you can't understand, get in touch with them and ask them. Okay, fine, I'm reading this and I don't understand. What does it mean? Because you'll be the one who's going to be binded by that contract. And then what if now you can't deliver? Then they've got penalties, they've got all this complicated stuff. So no, take your time, and that's about that, right? But if you have experience, more experience, I mean, you can even go to $15, $20. Why not? I mean, you have experience. If let's say you're a teacher, you've been teaching for like 15 years, or maybe you have masters in maybe let's say you've majored in language, maybe in linguistics. Like that, it's like you're an expert in that. You're different from me. You've learned it. You know all these things. So you don't have to be on $15 like I am. You don't have to be on $18 like I am. You can go to 25, you can go to 30 because you're an expert, right? So some of these things, they also depend on what is it that you can. I mean, what is it that you have also? It counts. Education, experiences, certificates, blah, 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 blah. That also counts, right? And that's it. So those are so far the questions that were here. So do you guys have any questions before I can move on to the marketplaces, where we find jobs, how do we apply and stuff like that? Any questions before I move on? No one. Let me check if there's someone who missed out. Is there any question? Any question? Nothing. All right. If that's the case, let's move on then. So I'm gonna start with let me do this. Oh, seems like there are questions here. If I have a degree that's not in the teaching industry, should I include it? Include it, dear. Include it. When coming to degrees, diplomas, I've realized that they're just very important. Whenever you've done something after high school, include it. It's fine. But when coming to experience, don't include something that's not related to teaching. How to make a thumbnail using Canva. Thank you for that. Let's come here. Let's come back here. Okay. Thumbnail, right? Thank you for reminding me. Okay. See? YouTube thumbnail. YouTube thumbnail. So the same thing as thumbnails. There are also, we have pro ones, we have, you know, free ones and all that. So, sorry. Let's see. What is it that can probably, let's say maybe we can take this one. The background is not bad. It's not so bad. Now, one thing about a thumbnail is that thumbnail is, let me explain what it is. If you can look at the videos that I've been recording and that I posted on YouTube, those videos, just by looking at all of them, they have the same picture, right? If you can see the video, you see the picture. That picture is called a thumbnail, right? So let's say maybe you're like online English. Let me do this. Right, so you're gonna design the way you want it to be designed, right? Now with your thumbnail, it's supposed to also have, what's this? It's supposed to have your picture as well. Let's do this. Right. And then let's say maybe this is online English. Let's say teaching. Right? This is what you're gonna do. I'm just making an example, right? Then, now let's assume that now you want to add a picture. When you want to add a picture, you're gonna come here to uploads, right? So when coming to uploads, normally, obviously, when you've never used Canva, you have to now get pictures here. Then you're gonna click on here, upload files. Then you're gonna get your files here. Let me just get a picture, just one image. Right, let's just choose this one. Right, see, it's gonna upload, then the picture is gonna appear here, right? And then what you can do, you can just take your picture, drag it, and put it here. Well, not like that. Because assuming that the image is supposed to be you, right? Supposed to be you. Then let's say maybe this is where your picture is gonna be. You adjust it very good, nicely. If you also want to add nice pictures around, you know, you can do the same thing. You can download very nice pictures online, and then you upload them here. Then you can paste like some flowers here, or maybe like a chalkboard, maybe some books, you know, all those, just for it to look very nice. And this is your thumbnail. And then you do what? You're actually going to do the same thing. You click on share. Now, when you download a thumbnail, it should be in the form of an image, not PDF. Thumbnails are images, not PDFs, okay? So just gonna come here, you download. So they're saying MP. MP4 how? You take it as an image. You see, as PNG or JPEG. Both of these are images, right? Then this is your thumbnail. So now let me show you how one of the thumbnails that I used to do look like. Here's how they look like, right? So in my case, you see already, this is you can remove this. It's a, what's this? It's an icon. It's a YouTube icon. I also got it from here. This is just my picture. I typed. So in my case here, I've typed on top of my picture, right? That's what I did. So yeah, that's pretty much that. Depending on how you want yours to be designed, it's up to you, right? It's literally up to you. If you want to type, I've showed you how you type it, right? You can edit. If you want to change the font, obviously you're going to come here. See, this is the one. If you want to make it this one, there it is. You want to make it this one, there it is. What else? This one, there it is, right? So you change the fonts you can. You can also change the font from here, the color. It's entirely up to you. That's how you create a thumbnail. Then you are done. Please go back to how you downloaded it. How I downloaded what? The picture, this picture, or here, right? You mean here, like how I download the thumbnail. Is that what you mean? If that's what you're talking about, now you're gonna click on share. You're gonna go all the way to download. Let me see if that's what you're talking about. Okay, great. Right? You clicked on share. You clicked on you're gonna click on download right here, and then because it's only one page, but because now we have 2 pages, this is what's gonna happen. So if there are 2 pages, oh, what did I do? Okay, gonna come to download. Now you see it's 2 pages because of this one that I've added. So we want just the first one. You're gonna untick this one, then this one is the only one that's ticked. But normally with a thumbnail, I mean, you just only have one. So you're just gonna have one, then you click on done. Now with download MP4 video, you can use this, it's still fine. When they say MP4 video, it means that this is gonna fit on an MP4 video because a thumbnail is used on videos, okay? But if you want to also make it a JPEG, PNG, it's still fine, right? But I would advise you to to stick to this MP4 video because it's suggested. Now it's gonna remain in the same format, but when coming to this, it may change and it may be like a little bit squeezed like this. So it's not gonna look nice. So then you click on what? After that, you're gonna click on download. After all of this, then you'll click on upload. Where am I? What did I do? Oh, we untick this one, done. And then you click on download, and then it's done. You're gonna find it in your downloads, and then that's it. You are done. Perfect. Right? Yeah, that's pretty much that. Do you guys have any other questions before I can move to the jobs and all that? Let's remove these ones. I want some space. I want some space. Right. Okay. Now, I'm going to start with the job markets. Dave's ESL Cafe. Most of you guys so far have gotten so many jobs from here. I received so many people sending me messages that they found jobs from Dave's ESL Cafe, especially those I've been sending, because I know sometimes you forget, sometimes you are held up and all that. That's why I do send something whenever I get a chance to look everything over, then I do that. So this is Dave's ESL Cafe, guys. So here you find both jobs, like online jobs and also, what's this? Online jobs and international jobs. So because in this case we are looking for online jobs, we're just going to type online. Don't specifically type one thing, just going to type online. Right? So they say 22 jobs found. So before you can do anything, it's important to see when this job was posted. But one thing about Dave's ESL Cafe, they do not post, what's this? How can I put this? Okay, let me show you something here. For example, the first, okay, you see this job, the native camp one, online English teacher, it was posted on November 29, but it's on top here. But underneath this, we have one that was posted on the 23rd of Jan. So it's just mixed up. So please don't just look at the date here and you think that that's the last time they actually posted jobs. No, it's actually a lot of them. It's just that the thing, what's this? The dates are just mixed up. See, it's Jan, it's December, blah, 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 blah. Now, these are the jobs that are there, all right? So let me see this one, not this one. January 26th. That was yesterday. Accent advisor. Let's check it out. Let's check it out. Now, the most important thing that I always say to people, do not bother yourself about the company description and everything. Benefits, don't even bother yourself. Go straight to the requirements, what they need, because next thing, you have read everything and you have your hopes up. Then they come to qualifications. You see now what I was just talking about. Must be a North American, US, Canada, blah, blah. You see? So you've wasted all of your time going over that, having hopes, only to find that you don't qualify because of where you come from. And that's something that you can change. So when it's like this, don't even bother yourself to read and no, we pass. We go back. We pass. We look for something else. Jan 23rd, EduTech. Let's check. We do the same thing. What is it that they want from us? Let's check. There it is. Okay. Job responsibilities and skills. The TOR. I think they meant the tutor. Must be English native teacher. Be able to communicate. We can have previous experience in teaching Arabic students. Okay. Have a basic knowledge at Arabic language is a bonus. Not that is a must. Not that is required. They say it's a bonus. Okay? So don't be stressed about that. This one training will be provided. The instructor will be required to be available this much. Must have fast internet without interruptions. The video and voice quality must be high and clear, right? Please fill out this form to help us reach you more quicker. Right. So I remember saying to people that one thing about applying for jobs, it can be in two ways. It can be you getting this, right? A form. It's you getting this form to fill it in, or sometimes you find that you don't have this. They are actually they've supplied their link for you to send them your CV, everything here. Okay. Now after this, I mean, guys, we qualified. Why not? Let's go back now and see that whatever they're gonna. You see, this is even straight to the point, simple. This this job vacancy is for English teacher, native speaker, who will be helping our Arabic speaking students to practice speaking effectively. You will work on during a specific availability duration to be agreed upon. This includes 30 minutes video session with the student, give them feedback on their performance during the class, send the recording of the session to the students on their emails, okay? Salary will be offered based on teacher's profile, okay? All right, if they say that. Now, let's just take a chance and see how this looks like. I'm going to click on here. In case someone wants to apply here after this session, you will know what to do. All right. So here, okay, I'm going to use this. Let's see if there's anything that I can't actually. Let me see. Okay. Yeah. Now, this is a good example of something that I can use with you guys. Right. So this is me. So if you have a laptop right now, I would say, let's do this together while I'm doing this, right? But then if not, it's still okay. All right. So this is what I'm going to do. As long as they don't ask for personal stuff, I'm going to finish it. I'm going to work on it here. Mobile number with, you see, they say mobile number with country code, please, because if it does not have a country code, it's going to be invalid. right? And then, where are you from? This is it. And then, could you please provide a brief overview of your English experience as an English teacher? This is where I want to actually show you something. Now, I got so many people asking me, they were filling such applications, but they were unable to answer some questions. I said, there's nothing wrong with you being unable to answer them, but I gave you tools. Make use of those tools. Sometimes you apply, but you don't really have the energy to be thinking of what you've done and stuff like that. I've done so many things, and I don't have that time to be thinking about how much of things I've done. No, I know that I've done this for these years, blah, 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 blah. I can be able to defend myself. So I just need this. I just need ChatGPT to give me a professional way of saying it. And that's it, right? So this is what I'm going to do. I'm showing you exactly what you're supposed to do. You're going to copy this thing here. I'm going to paste it here, right? Now, could you please provide a brief overview of your experience as an English teacher? Now, you will say, please write a short what? Of a short description of my experience as an online English teacher by answering the following question. If you want to quote it, you can, right? Then you can add by saying, you can then give ChatGPT what to work with. Please do it. Give it what to work with, and then I'm going to say, I can just give it something short. I taught, you don't have to make sense. I taught for 3 years, right? You can repeat again. I taught both kids and adults all over the world, right? Remember, you don't have to have your English together here. It's not even important because we have ChatGPT for that. And what else? What else can you say? Maybe I have, let's say I had the opportunity to experience all students' language levels, right? Let's just assume this is it. Now, you see now, over the past 3 years, I have had the enriching experience of serving as an online English teacher. My teaching journey has been a global adventure, connecting with students of various ages and backgrounds from around the world, catering to both children and adults. I've had the privilege of engaging with learners at different language proficiency levels. This diverse exposure has not only honed my adaptability as an educator, but has also deepened my understanding of our individual learning needs. Through this dynamic teaching experience, I've fostered a passion for promoting effective communication and language acquisition across cultural boundaries. Like, this is it. I'm going to use this. Okay? Then we come here. You just do this. Okay? Then that's it. You are done. You didn't have to stress yourself to even worry about what is what. No. Then we add TEFL certificate, right? This is me. I'm going to add my TEFL certificate, right? Let's see, downloads here. Where's my TEFL certificate? Ooh. Where is that? Oh, okay. Let's come here. Downloads. And then let me see. My TEFL certificate. There it is. All right. There's my TEFL certificate. It's uploading. Now, I'm done with that. Now, which areas do you have experience with? Please choose all the areas have sufficient experience with. You can choose more than one. I've had this, I've had this, I've had this, I've had this. Oh, business English, not really. Not much of it, but yeah, then that's it, right? What is the number of hours you're available to work per day? So when they ask this, don't just be quick to answer. Come here and look at how much they are actually expecting from you in a day. They say that the instructor will be required to be available online during his or her 4 to 8 hours of availability shift. So if, let's say, maybe for example, in my case, I don't have that time, but I'm going to just start with their minimum, right? I can say 5 hours. Let me just say 5 hours, right? What are the days you prefer to take off? Maybe I can say weekends, right? That's me. And then, can you work full-time with us, 30 to 40 hours per week? The time will be according to the client. So here, that's going to be up to you. In my case, I can't. No, I'm looking for flexible part-time options. If you choose full-time work, how much is expected per month? Having competitive price will increase your chances of being chosen. Right. So you see this question. It means that this employer is giving priority to this most of the time, right? Now we have no, I'm still gonna be here. So they have actually 2 questions. Now here, this doesn't apply to me. What applies to me is this. If you choose part-time work, how much is expected per hour? Having competitive price will increase your chances of being chosen. When an employer says that most of the time they just want you to go lower with the rate, but you don't need to. You don't need to. So in my case, this is let's see what I can choose per hour. I'm not about to choose something I know I won't be able to work with. Let me say 13 USD. Can you please upload 1-minute video talking about yourself, right? Now I'm gonna add this. I have a video here. I do have one. I'm gonna use the old video. Oh, actually, let me do this. Wait. Add a file, all right? No problem. I'm gonna add a file just now. Then I come here, I type, I think it's Star Kindle. I'm gonna use this one. I'm gonna use my Star Kindle video. Right, this is a Star Kindle. Why are they 2? Okay, let me do this. I have to firstly check why are they 2? I think I remember, but I wanna be sure because once sent, I can go back. So I have 2 of them. This is the first one. Let's see how the first one looks like. Welcome aboard. My name is... Okay, this one. And let's look at this one. What's the difference? Okay, here it is. It's taking its own time. Okay. While it's taking its own time, I already know what is it that I'm looking for. I'm simply just gonna do that. Star Kindle. No. Here. Okay, see that one? It doesn't open. Imagine if I would have sent it and then shit, things happen. So I'm gonna go with this one, which is the proper one, right? And I did that. So the reason I'm using this video, the reason I'm sharing this video with this company is because it's not really so specific. It doesn't talk about the company, the company like Starkindle. It doesn't talk about it. It doesn't mention it. It talks about me, my experiences, and all that. It's got nothing to do with this company, because some company, they give you the things to say about their company, mentioning their names, so you can't reuse that video. But this one is great because of that it doesn't have the name, it doesn't have anything about this company that I included here, nothing. So after this, I do what? Oh, no, I have to submit. So here, if you choose full-time, if I choose full-time, I'm still going to use the same thing. Let me just see. It's just for the sake of the money. All right. Then I've submitted. So there it is, right? So this is how a job application looks like when you're filling a form. So that's why I always say, people, before you can start rushing to apply, ensure that you have all of these things there. You see now here, like I mentioned, you need to have a CV, cover letter, introduction video. Out of the 3 here, we had to use at least the video, right? You didn't have to wait, re-record and stuff and start recording. No, the video is already there, right? ChatGPT, it's a tool. You just quickly, work around whatever that they need. You copy and paste, but just make sure it makes sense. Most of the time, ChatGPT sometimes will say something using a different perspective, but you have to change the perspective and make it sound like you, that I am that, I did this, I did that. Okay, that's what you're supposed to do. So let me ask, is it possible for you to share it with us in the group? Share what with you guys? What do you mean, is it possible to share with you? Share what with you? Please be specific, my dear. It's vital to change the name of the video, isn't it? Yeah, it is vital. It is vital to do that. You're actually right. I was supposed to do that. That's actually my mistake. Thank you so much for that. And thank you so much for actually bringing this up. I was supposed to change the title of the introduction video. So yeah. The introduction video, it's on my TikTok. You'll find it there. It's there because here it will need me to transfer it from here to my phone. So it's gonna create a lot. So if you want it, it's there within my videos. So you'll find it exactly the way it is. I didn't change anything. I simply just posted it there so that people can actually see it. And like, you don't even have to look for it like so much, because you can literally see what I'm wearing and all that. So yeah, you'll be fine. Now, this is it, right? Now, let's come where? That's really about that. That's how you actually apply here. Some, like I said, they would need you to maybe send an email, right? So let me check if there's any. Here's the Starkindle. It was January 10. Okay. Now, do you guys have any question for Dave's ESL Cafe so that I can quickly move to, because it's already 2 hours, I can quickly move to others, because Upwork for sure, it's going to take some time as well. I'm just going to try and use the 5 minutes to talk about Upwork. Right. So now here, Upwork, my advisors. What's this thing? Profile. It's been a long while since I've ever like applied on Upwork. Like I haven't applied in I think 2 years, if I'm not mistaken, because for me, I was like, I don't really have to, because I'm already full. My schedule is full, so I don't need to, right? So your profile, let's do this. Okay, first thing first, just quickly, how to avoid scammers here, right? When you get here, assuming that your profile is already set, when you search for jobs, this is what I do. Where's that? Why is it not showing now? This is the one. Right, so this is it. Now, on your left, you see this side. These are the jobs, right? As you can see, these are the jobs here. These are the jobs right here. Now, what you need to look out for is this. Payment verified. See the sticker? It shows that this employer is legit. I want to show you another one which is not legit. This one, you see, payment unverified. If you apply here, you're never going to get paid. Because this person, one thing about people that come on Upwork, they pay to be on Upwork. These employers, these clients, they pay to be here. They pay to find us. So if this is the kind of profile that you bump into, just know this employer doesn't even pay anything. So this job, it's not verified. So it means that if the person failed to pay Upwork, how is he or she going to pay you, right? So what you look out for is what? It's the sticker. But for you to get your things to actually just be a little bit easier, you're gonna come here, right? You're gonna look for payment verified. There it is. So what it's gonna do is it's going to then separate them. It's going to hide all of the unverified clients or all of the unverified jobs. Everything that you're then gonna see here, it is verified. If it happens that you apply and everything goes well, these people are gonna pay you, right? They are gonna pay you. Now let's take a look into how this job would look like. Let's see. They're looking for Native American. Okay, this is Native American, but we're not really going to look for something that we really qualify for, but I just want to show you. Let's just click on this one. Right, so this is the job, right? So with this job, first thing first, you need to read here and make sure that you qualify. All right, so you see already here, if they're looking for a Native American, I mean, obviously, if you're not, I mean, they will know that you are not. So we're not going to bother ourselves, right? So now, there it is. You're going to read here and make sure that you understand, right? Make sure that you understand what they need from the description. After reading the description, you're going to come here. This is how much they're going to pay you. This is fixed price. It's not per hour. It's fixed. It means this person is just going to do this once. They pay the person $50. That's it. Now, they say an expert, right? So we have an expert. We have, as you can see here, expert, intermediate, entry level. Entry level is with no experience. Intermediate, you've been there, but not for too long like that. Expert, you know what an expert is, right? So here it means that this person is willing to pay a lot of money for an actual expert. See here, skills and expertise, straight to the point. Project type, one-time project. It means that you're simply just going to work once, like literally maybe meet up with the person. It's a one-time thing. You are done. You get paid. You move, right? But some others, you'll find that they say it's a contract to hire. Now, if let's say you fulfill everything from the contract, you work with them so beautifully, they love you, you love them, then they're going to now hire you, maybe permanently. Who knows, right? So we do have those options as well. Now, here, where is that? Okay, let's just click on apply so that we can see everything. Let's click on apply, assuming that this is what we want. Okay. Now, when you come here, it can be a little bit confusing on the terms when they say, how do you want to be paid? There's by milestone and by project. By milestone, it means that for each and every piece of the job that you complete, you get paid for it. Let's say maybe they ask you to maybe teach a student for a month, and then you're going to meet the student twice a week. It means that for every session you actually complete with the student, you get paid immediately. Like your money reflects into your what's this? Your wallet, your what's this thing? your Upwork wallet. Remember, there's a wallet that is already there with the money, but you can't access it. Each and every time you complete the task, you go and log. We call it to log, whereby you tell them what you've done, you completed, and then you submit this to the client, and then they're gonna pay you immediately for that, right? Now, if it's by project, it means that if, for example, here they pay you $50 and you're teaching a student for just a month, you're only going to be paid after you are done with all of the classes. Then that is it. You're going to get your $45 because the 10% is for Upwork, right? That's what it means. Oh my God. It's a mosquito. Sorry about that. Okay. Now, here it is. Cover letter. Cover letter, I've shown you how you write a cover letter, but you can't use one cover letter to all jobs. You just can't do that. Now, with a cover letter, you have to adjust your cover letter according to the job description. So you look at this and you look at what they are looking for. The keywords that are there, you need to use them on your cover letter. I know that we don't qualify for this job, but I'm making an example of when I say that you need to change your cover letter constantly, it's because it depends on the job description and what they're looking for. Because on the job description, whatever that is your cover letter should be coming from here, right? So that they can know that you've tailor-made that cover letter for them. They'll know that you've even put a lot of effort to actually do that, all right? Now, this one, it's going to depend. Like this depends on the employer even. Sometimes but it depends. Here, it's just going to be a different story. Now, here, that's where the cover letter comes, all right? Now, attachments. With attachments, if you add a CV here, it's only if the client asked for it. You don't have to upload it because already you have a profile, right? The profile, it acts as your CV. So you don't need that. But sometimes other clients, they want your CV. Now, one thing about an Upwork CV, it does not have contact details. It shouldn't have, because it's by the policy of Upwork, you don't give personal contacts to these clients here. Because if you do that, number one, they're avoiding scams. That person can take your number, they can take your email address and contact you separately, and then the next thing they don't pay you. How are you going to get guaranteed that your money is going to be there? No way, right? So now Upwork, it acts as like the middleman to protect you and also protect the client. That's why I'm saying that just avoid being at a personal level with the client, especially when you haven't built a relationship with them. If they're a new client, avoid that. Another thing, on the CV, like I said, no contact details, no email address, no cell phone numbers. You can include everything, but just no, even social media handles. No, anything that's going to get the client to get you personally, avoid it, because you're going to get banned for that. After that, you submit your proposal, and that's that. Now, let's look at something else again here. You see, I have 12 connects. They look for what? 8 connects. So it means that if I apply for this job, I'm only going to left with what? I'm going to be left with 4 connects. If I want to apply for another job with my 4 connects, I can't apply for a job with 6 connects because I only have 4. I can only apply to a job with 4 connects or lower. That's what connects are for, right? It's like money. You can't go to ShopRite, go and let's say maybe you can't go to ShopRite to buy bread that costs 25 rands to 20 rands. You can't. They're not even going to give you that bread. They won't. It's the same thing here. It's the same thing. If you want to buy connects, you can. You're allowed to do that so that you can apply to so many jobs. You can do that, right? You can come to your settings and check that. Just that now we ran out of time for me to show you that. But yeah, this is it. And after that, you were done. Now, is there anything else that I'm missing? Is there anything else? Ooh, okay, for now. So guys, after this, are there any kind of questions even? I've tried to, sum up almost all the things. Is there anything, absolutely anything? Questions, concerns? the stocks, whatever that you have. Please let me know while I'm still here. I'm listening. Because now thing is, when I ask questions here, normally they don't ask questions. Then the next thing, people come to my inboxes, they ask me so many questions immediately after the session. That's not fair, because that's why sometimes I don't even reply, because I've given you time for, for us to like work on this, especially if it's something that it's urgent to you, right? Someone, maybe let's say we're in the session, you really, really want to ask a question, but then you don't ask a question. And the next thing, you send me a WhatsApp message personally that you need my help urgently about maybe Canva. Like we were just here just now, right? And then when I don't respond, I'm going to look like a bad guy. But truth is, if it's something that's urgent, because sometimes when you send me that message and then you want me to respond to you immediately because you need it, it's just really quite unfair, because we are having this platform now, right? But then if let's say you do have, it does happen that you have a question later on, right? We're not going to remember everything right here. It does happen that as you implement everything that I had said, then you have a question, then like, oh no, man, I'm actually stuck here, I forgot. You are welcome to do that. Now, when you do that, ask within the groups, because when you ask within the groups, most people have done this. Most people have went through this. So they know some of the things. It's not that always I'm going to be the one to know, right? So they know these things, and then they'll be able to help, right? In that case. We attach the thumbnail to the introduction video. Yes, you do. On that note, let me show you how to attach that. Let's come here very quickly. Let me show you how to attach a thumbnail to your video. Sorry. And also how some people ask me how to post a video on YouTube for them to send a link to the company. This is how you're going to do it, right? So you're going to click here, create. Even on your phone, this is what you're going to find. Upload video. You're gonna select file. No, you should be knowing what's this? You should be knowing the name of the video, right? So in my case, I'm still gonna use the Star Kindle. I do have the Star Kindle here, but I just want to use it so that you can see what is it that we do. You select that. After selecting it, if this is how you want your title to be like, it's fine, but you can change it. Maybe Rumi's self-introduction video, Itumeleng's introduction video, or just introduction video, whatever. Description, not important. Now, you see, just by doing that, here's the upload thumbnail space. You click here. Now, remember, already you have that. So you're going to double click here. Can you see that? Let me wait. Give me a second. Happening here. Oh my goodness, this is bad. Can you guys see me? Can you guys hear me? Because I got disconnected because of electricity's back. Oh, you can. That's perfect. Let me do this quickly because. So after here, you see, just after I've uploaded that, it appeared here. Then just gonna click next. You're gonna click the next until you come to visibility. When you come to visibility, then you're gonna click, okay, let me just do it. What's this now? Here you need to choose whether it's for kids or no. Okay. There it is now. I'm out. Jeez.